can throw rocks at me, you can send me to the hell, you can wish me to burn in fire, but I don't care. I'll be sharing you this truth. Brothers and sisters, throw rock at me, but reading books is nonsense. NoFap is nonsense. Semen retention is nonsense. Working out is nonsense. All of these things, all of these self-improvement exercises that you are doing every single day so enthusiastically are all freaking nonsense, brother. And you might be like, what the hell? You know, like, I'm doing this thing, and you know, like what will I be doing with my life now? You know, like, I will not become the superhero that I always wanted to be just because I'm a NoFap. And the truth for it, and the true answer for that, brother, is no. You will not become the superhero just because you're doing NoFap. You will not be able to build a business. You will not be able to build any kind of craft just because you're reading a ton of books. You might heard this, and I do believe that this is a broken freaking record, brother. Knowledge is potential power. Applied knowledge is power. When you know something and you're also applying it, that's the actual power. Not just, I know. I had years, whether you believe it or not, I've been reading close to one book a week. I've been like reading 2-3 hours every single day, plus writing 2-3 hours every single day next to my daily activities. And I know, bro, like I've been reading, like that was my one fucking thing for pretty much like 2 years. I've been like reading and throughout COVID I was like learning. And so now that I'm running my business, now that I'm out there on the field, I can say to you that yes, there are many things and there are many ideas that are good, but none of them can really actually help to with my actual freaking problems. And they can only help me if I know the actual practical thing that is needed or necessary for me to be able to solve the problem. For example, make a decision. Do you want to stick with your current subcontractor system, or do you want to switch? There is a book that is telling me that iterate only when it is necessary. Telling a guy who built $100 million business. Okay, bro. Let's suppose that I'm listening to you. Good. But if I'm reading, maybe that thing can help me. But if I'm just out there, and if I'm like, man, you know, like I read this book, now I feel that I'm knowledgeable. Now that I feel that I'm freaking smart. No, brother, you're not smart. You're just thinking that you're smart, because that might be in your head, but that's all theoretical. And the same thing with physics too. If you wouldn't be able to apply physics on such a high level, for example, building rocket ships and being able to go to different planets, then it would be nonsense. It would be freaking nonsense if we wouldn't be able to do all these calculations and create all these smartphones and hell knows what we are doing at this very moment with the knowledge of physics, for example. But the same thing applies over there. Just because we have all these fancy freaking equations and all these huge realizations, if you're not using them, they are all whole shit. And so this is the thing with books. You can read 30 books and you will feel that you're knowledgeable, but by the end of the day, you're not, because you're not using up that knowledge. It is only potential power. Up until you're not using it, that's just resting. It's like potential power. The same thing with your semen, that is what you are going through retention with. And so semen retention, or NoFap, is with the same way. You will have a potential power because you will have this energy, this surplus amount of energy. And so just only because you have this surplus amount of energy, you will not be able to create anything with that. Do you want to know why? The same actual principle applies over here too. You will not be able to do anything if you're just sitting on that energy. And I know what I'm talking about, brothers and sisters, and I know what I'm talking about over here too. I've been doing semen retention for 1 year straight. Before that, I've been experimenting for like 5 or 6 years. But last year was like straight, like one freaking year. And so what I realized is that, of course, I have a lot of freaking energy. I have a lot of freaking power over here. I'm a man. I'm feeling strong. I'm feeling invincible. But do you know what? if I don't have the actual place to channel this whole energy into, then I'm feeling lost, I'm feeling depressed. It's even worse. It's even worse. And so what I've done to myself is that I made a decision that I will not be doing any kind of activities which are distracting me from my goal, which are pleasureful activities. So for example, just like hanging out and going for a movie, and just like randomly hanging out with girls, like 3 dates a week, and just like going out clubbing 2 days a week, and just like watching movies 2 nights a week. And just like scrolling through social media in the middle of the day when you're supposed to be fucking working. No, I cut out all of that thing. I cut out even eating, bro. It's like zero fucking pleasure, so I can be like clear-cut focused. And so what I realized is that I still got this super huge energy. And since I've been restricting myself that I'm not doing certain type of activities, namely activities that could be considered as distractions or pleasures or pleasureful activities, I found myself that I'm just like sitting in my room and I don't really want to engage into anything else than just my business or something that is growing myself. And so I had days when I felt like this energy is freaking burning me up, like I need to fucking do something. I need to go out. I got done all of my activities for the day with my business, and I got done pretty much with everything, and I was like, man, what the freaking heck can I do with myself now? What the freaking heck can I do with myself now? I cannot stop, I I need to do something. And so this is the thing. If you have this huge energy inside of you, and you do not know what to do with it, or you do not have a certain path or a certain endeavor which towards you can channel this huge energy, then it is all horseshit. This is all horseshit. This is all BS, doesn't worth anything. Can you understand it now? Can you understand it now? Just because you're a nofap, and if you're not using up that energy, it's like, if you wouldn't be doing anything. So if you're a nofap, and if you're sitting in your room with that huge energy, it's like, waste. Freaking damn waste, brother. I'm telling to you. Freaking damn waste. And so, now that I've been blessed to realize this thing, throughout the journey that I've been blessed to realize these workings of myself in the very beginning, and these workings of these principles and how these parts are connected, I got to realize that, man, I need to do something. So this is why I'm working out every single day, because obviously there are days when you do not feel like it, but if you're building up this kind of an identity when you're like, man, I'm a strong person and I'm working out every single day because I'm productive, then you're also building up this identity inside yourself, which will be forming you, which will be putting you to a place and, bro, like, I'm a productive motherfucker. I'm not just sitting around and waiting. I'm like picking up these endeavors and trying to do something. And so this is why working out, for example, such a huge, and at this very moment, at this very point of the video, I would like to switch towards more of the practical part of this stuff. So if you're on nofap, for example, or if you're on this journey of self-improvement, I'm encouraging you to pick up something that is challenging and hard and sucks. And this is why working out is such a great way to use your energies to eventually do something. Because this way, and you will find yourself, at least this is what happened with me, that I have such a huge energy that I don't know what to do with that. And eventually I'm starting this activity and that activity, and I don't know where can I just simply channel this huge thing. And if you've been watching my videos back around half a year ago, that I've been talking a lot about this topic, that I have, like, stick with something, because that is the thing, no matter what you're doing, bro, it's like, pick something and just do that. Pick something and just do that, because that way you can just simply channel your energies into that activity. And so this is where working out is coming inside the picture. Also called showers. You will be able to channel that thing towards something, and you will learn how to get something that is hard as shit done. And so after that, you're like, man, I'm actually a strong motherfucker. Like, I can actually do some real shit. And so this is how you're supposed to be approaching this whole journey, brother. This is how you're supposed to be approaching this journey. It's not like, man, like, I'm there and I'm done. No. This is only a tool. And also, this might sound like a broken record, but you need to know this, brother. Because I've been falling into this trap that I thought that, man, like, just because I'm reading books, just because I'm a nofab, just because I'm... No. The same thing in working out. Just because you're working out, it doesn't mean that you will be shredded. If you're working out correctly, the right fucking way, so therefore you can have the actual outcome. That's how you can grow with muscles. That's also what I've learned. Like I've been working out every fucking day, but since I've been not eating properly, I like zero fucking muscle gains. That's also a lesson that I learned. It's like I've been working out more than a fucking bodybuilder over there. Like there are weeks when I've been like 20 hours, like fucking athlete level, bro. Like zero muscle growth, zero fucking muscle growth. Even got weaker. Why? Shitty nutrition. You have to do shit the right way. And so these are some principles that I need to share with you, brother, because just because you're on this journey, that's not enough. You need to know this. That's not enough. That's chapter number 1. There are many fucking chapters after that. So bro, keep it on, and you're not finished. You're not finished, bro. Love.